Hello my beautiful peoples. Today we are saying goodbye to Honey, the avatar you see on screen now. They have served us well, but they were never meant to be my Sona. And of course, while I was in the middle of working on this video, I got this lovely comment on screen now. I truly do appreciate the comment, and I'm glad that Honey was loved, but Honey isn't me, so I set out to design a new Sona that is me. While I start out on sketching, I want to talk about why Honey has been my Sona for so long, and expand on why I don't want them to be anymore. Honey is an OC I've had for quite some time, and in 2022, I realized that they were a bit flat. I love them, but they were also kind of nothing. I decided I wanted to try out live streaming again, and plan to do so on a Minecraft roleplay SMP. I made a skin based on Honey, which is still my Minecraft skin even now, and decided that they would be my character for the roleplay. I also made a PNG tuber for them. At the time, the plan was just for that PNG tuber to be for when I was streaming on that Minecraft server, and I would make other avatars for other purposes. Soon enough, laziness set in. I didn't want to make more PNG tubers, so Honey stuck around full time. I stopped streaming after a couple months, but always thought I would go back to some form of content creation. And since I already had assets for Honey, they were in my mind as my avatar. This really got locked in when I went to create an account for Grounded, and my normal username was taken. On a whim, I put in bee juice, since Honey is kind of like juice from bees. It was taken, so I just added a Y at the end. From then on, any username I had to pick was Bee Juicy, including when I made this channel over a year ago. I did make different assets, but my channel is now literally named after my OC Honey, so I made talk sprites of Honey. I fully realized the problem when a friend of mine was asking about my Sona for a joke drawing, and I was pretty disappointed to tell her that Honey was the closest option for that purpose. I was kind of okay with Honey representing me to strangers, but it was wrong with my friends. I decided to make a new Sona, then figured I should replace Honey for the channel as well. And at this point in writing the script, I took a break because I was overwhelmed. I made a little community post about it, and then I just didn't want to work on the script anymore. And I also didn't want to procrastinate on this video anymore, so now we're gonna start freeballing it. No more script after this point. We're gonna have fun. So I pretty much knew that I wanted it to be jester themed. I tried to fight it. I really did. But I also wanted there to be some demon imagery. I can't help it. I can't help it. And I also fought putting a mask on them really hard, and that didn't work either. It was what I wanted. It was what I wanted. I also decided to give them a pink and green color palette, because this is one of my favorite color palettes, and also Alex from the Gods of Asgard was a big gender awakening moment for me, and so I've always been drawn to pink and green because of that. So I set up a mood board on Milanote. It's one of my favorite ways to make a mood board, especially when I have more of a vibe than a solid idea going on, which is what I was working with here. And I did decide to go ahead and give them a cloak that turns into wings, and that's because I really like wings. I also decided they would have a butterfly motif, and it's a cloak that turns into wings because I don't want to draw wings all the time. So if I can just turn it into wings when needed, I think that's an okay solution. So I messed with the colors quite a bit, just trying to get something that felt right, and I'm actually really happy with how the colors turned out in the end. It's pretty much exactly what I wanted by the end. I literally changed the colors throughout the whole process, so I think I changed the sleeve colors as like one of the last things I do. And then I also drew up some little shots of their expressions, since they're gonna be a talk sprite, and also to illustrate how the mask works magically. It does embarrass me a little to admit it, but while I did make sure that they weren't a copy of the Fool from Reverse 1999, I definitely was very down bad for the Fool from Reverse 1999 at the time of brainstorming for this character. I feel like if you put them next to each other, you wouldn't even know. This is also the first time I tried to make a reference sheet like this, and I actually really like how it turned out, so I'm gonna copy that for reference sheets in the future. I do have some drawings that were started or even finished before this one that will show up in other videos that won't have a reference sheet like this one, because I did those before I figured out that I wanted reference sheets to look like this. There's only a couple like that, so most of them are gonna look like this from now on until I change my mind. And then I also decided to make the sprites and have that process be a little bit of a part of the video. And so I made, I think, 6 sprites to start with. I'll make more as I need them. I also have plans to make a little animated one to put in the corner, the bottom corner, that I'll draw while the speed paints are playing. I think that'd be cool. I decided for at least these starting ones that I would make 2 body poses and make 3 facial expressions, and I just mix and match them to easily make 6 sprites. That'll do the job for now. Like I said, I'll make more as I need them, and I'm actually really proud of the sprites and how they turned out. This time I made them on a canvas that's the same resolution as my YouTube videos, so that they are automatically sized and placed correctly when I drop them into videos for editing, which was not the case with my sprites for Honey. I had to manually resize them and place them on the canvas, but this will make my life easier, I think. Anyway, I know this was a bit of a shorter one again, but thank you for listening to me ramble and for watching me draw my brand new Sona, which I'm very happy with. I decided to just name my Sona Be Juicy because I hate naming things and it's meant to represent me anyway, so keep on arting, my beautiful peoples.